What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content you watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the January 6, 2024 edition of the SmackDown LowDown. Megan Moran, Matt Camp in the studio, breaking down a very eventful and enjoyable, I thought, edition of SmackDown on Friday, the New Year's Revolution show. They open up the episode running down the biggest headlines from that show, including recapping the Io Sky and Michin WWE Women's Championship match. A great match, too, and a great showing for Michin, who does not often find herself in opportunities for championships on the main roster. They did replay the backstage segment with Damage Control and Bianca Belair from SmackDown, where it was announced pretty much that it's going to be Bayley and Bianca next week on the show. We hear from Bianca backstage with Kayla Braxton. Bianca says that she wanted to let Damage Control know what's coming to them starting next week, and that she's going to be winning the Royal Rumble. Speaking of which, that she also recalls winning the Royal Rumble before, 3 years ago in fact, and also recalls beating Bayley in her final match before winning the Rumble on the SmackDown before the Rumble 3 years ago, and history might repeat itself next week. You can't rewrite history, but you can repeat it, or whatever she said. She said she doesn't have any New Year's resolutions, but she does intend to stay ready and be the EST, continue to be the EST of WWE. They hype up Bianca versus Bayley for next week's show. They also recap the Karrion Kross AOP angle with them attacking Bobby Lashley and the Prophet, so that it was a very well done angle. I like the idea of a Karrion Kross AOP pairing. We'll see where it goes. Matt Camp says it's bad news for everyone in the SmackDown Tag Team division and just on SmackDown in general. They also recap Kevin Owens versus Escobar in the finals of the United States Championship #1 Contenders Tournament, with Owens winning and advancing to the Rumble to face Logan Paul for the United States Championship. Owens then catches up with Kathy Kelly backstage, where he says he feels elated to have not only beaten Escobar, but earned the opportunity to face Logan Paul and beat him up for the United States Championship of the pay-per-view. He says he doesn't want to know what Logan Paul's been up to. He doesn't care, but he does plan to restore prestige to the U.S. title, and also points out that Kathy Kelly, while doing this interview, is not wearing shoes, which was just hysterical. He says that Logan Paul's energy drink, Prime, he tries it out here on the show, and he says it's actually pretty good, but he plans still to beat up Logan Paul at the pay-per-view and take his title. This was great stuff. Kathy Kelly and Owens always have great chemistry. I know they had their own little YouTube show on the channel, on the WWE YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it's been picked up. I doubt it, because I don't think I've seen another episode since. I think it was just a one-off. So if you want to check it out, please do so. Seek it out from a few weeks ago. It was very entertaining. And this kind of felt like an unofficial second episode. So I really enjoyed their chemistry together. After that, they hype up Kevin Owens and Logan Paul for the Royal Rumble, as they just mentioned, for the United States Championship. They also recap Butch and Tyler Bate beating Pretty Deadly. We hear from Butch and Tyler Bate backstage. Butch says that Pretty Deadly got the beating they deserve for a long time now. He's had a lot of history and back and forth with Pretty Deadly, dating back to right after WrestleMania last year. Tyler Bate says that him being on SmackDown was a long time coming, and he plans to stay on SmackDown going forward. And Butch also says that they're putting every tag team on SmackDown on notice. So it sounds like not only is Tyler Bates' call-up official, they're going to be a tag team officially going forward as well. So we'll see how that plays out. They have great chemistry, obviously. I want to see both guys on their own eventually. They're probably going to be lost in the shuffle right now heading into WrestleMania if that's the case. So staying as a tag team for now is probably the best course of action for the foreseeable future. Matt Camp praises Tyler Bate and what he brings to the table from his time in NXT and NXT UK. And then to close out the show, they recap the main event. AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton fighting for an opportunity to challenge Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble. Obviously ending in a no contest following the interference and beatdown from the Bloodline. Making it official from Nick Aldis, it's going to be a fatal four-way now involving those three and Roman Reigns for the championship at the event. Matt Camp assumes Roman Reigns is not happy. He says Styles and Orton have not gotten opportunities, one-on-one opportunities at the championship as long as Roman's been champion. They've had matches with him before, classic matches in the past, both AJ and Orton, but not against Roman during this run. So he's looking forward to that. And he says, and he kind of emphasizes, Roman does not have to be pinned to lose his championship. He won his last multi-man championship match back at WrestleMania 37. The odds are even less in his favor here, with it being a fatal four-way, not a triple threat. And I kind of feel and fear that Orton could win the championship by not pinning Roman, which would be very dumb. Even him winning the championship at all would be dumb. I talked more about it in my SmackDown audio review from earlier, so check that out. I would not have Roman lose the championship at that show, just to set up Rock and Roman non-title at WrestleMania. Like, who gives a shit? I mean, a lot of people give a shit, obviously, I get it, but I don't know. I feel like, to me, it's got to be Cody and Roman for the title of Mania. They've set it up already. You go back to it. To not do Cody and Roman at all, to me, would be very dumb. Cody and Orton does not have the same history. Cody winning the championship from Orton It's not the same. It's not the same. To win his first world championship, to me, it's not the same thing. You can do that program later on in the year without it being at WrestleMania, but that's another conversation for another time. And then to close out the show here, they hype up the Royal Rumble for the later on in the month, and that was it. So pretty solid edition of the SmackDown Lowdown for January 6, 2024. From Megan Morant and Matt Camp in the studio. Pretty good edition of SmackDown as well on Friday night, the New Year's Revolution edition. So check out my full review here on the channel from earlier, yesterday, whatever it was. Thank you guys for tuning into my reviews. As always, I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Have an awesome one, guys. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.